Hello, welcome back. We haven't seen you guys for a while. We're finally back, getting to watch some teams play Valorant.
I know, so we're finally going to be starting the season, and we have a little bit of a roster change here and there. We have new agents, roles switching. We haven't seen Valorant in quite a while, so we're also up for some new things. There's new agents, there's new pools, there's new ways to play.
Yeah, and we still are catching up on stuff too, so we'll all be learning together. We have new players. So should I start introducing them?
Yeah.
All right. This is our player lineup at Central for this season. We have Ian, who will be Bimmel. We have Michael, who is Bannable. Scott, who is Hound. Rob, who is BeefStroganoff, and Darryn, who is Cloud.
Yeah, and so we'll be going against Ohio State today.
Ohio or Ohio?
What?
It's just Ohio.
Okay, we're going against Ohio today. And so I'm excited for that because there is a kind of bit of rivalry there, and we've had a few close games last season.
Yeah. And it's just nice to see us jump back into the game. We haven't seen these players play before on stream, at least our stream. So it'll be really interesting to see their play styles that they have this year and how they're going to communicate with each other.
So we should probably roll right into the map picks to figure out how CMU is going to play, and we should try and figure out, what's more defense sided. What can we expect from the players? So it looks like Ohio banned Haven. We really didn't see that map that much last time, and CMU banned Split.
Yeah, I don't know what maps Central prefers now and which ones they don't prefer. So yeah, we're really getting thrown into seeing how they're playing this year.
So it looks like we are playing the new map Corrode.
Ooh, okay.
It looks like Ohio chose attack on Corrode, CMU chose defense on Pearl. Pearl is a map that we're kind of used to. Looks like Ohio banned Abyss and CMU banned Breeze, so the decider, if we get to it, hopefully not, will be Bind. So, and Ohio chose attack on that one. So it looks like they're feeling very confident towards how they can attack. And so hopefully CMU feels very confident with how they're going to be defending. As we've seen from practices that Michael Bannable has kind of switched up things in their comp, and he's kind of running Sentinel, which is, known for defense. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, definitely. And I did hear from the team that they have been working on some more bind strategies. So if we do get to that third map, it'll be really interesting to see what they've come up with and what plans they're going to use to throw Ohio off.
Exactly. Since the map is so new, especially we're going to see CMU have to adapt because they won't know the map as well as they do Pearl or Bind. So we're also going to see that from Ohio. So hopefully we see a really good game and CMU comes out on top.
Yeah, so it'll be really interesting. Yeah, but I do know that we play Pearl often. It's I think like a comfort pit for CMU. So I'm hoping that we're gonna be really strong on that and being able to at least win that map.
Yeah, I feel really good about the bands because those are maps that we really don't see. So I would feel a lot more comfortable that we aren't playing them.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, it's gonna be so interesting. Just seeing how this new team is gonna be working out. I know if you guys remember, former Spad is now coach of this team and helping them figure some things out. So maybe we'll see better timeout calls. Maybe we'll see more of that coaching style being present. Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be a really interesting dynamic. Bannable kind of being in the backseat for this season.
Yeah. And I know that they just had a tournament recently at Ferris, which we got third at. So I do know that they have definitely been practicing and trying out with other teams. So it'll be where that goes. Um, because yeah, we have been getting that practice in, and we know that we can do well against some teams, but there's definitely still some improvement.
Yeah. So hopefully you come and watch every game. That's on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 8. And hopefully that you get to watch us for more than just the month of February.
Yeah, because if we do make it to playoffs, you will be seeing us a little bit of March as well. So that's going to be fun. Looks like we're just waiting for the teams to load in here. Yeah, I definitely myself am a little rusty with Valorant. I definitely need to learn a little bit more about some of the new agents.
And especially like a lot of them are so fast paced and just kind of strange, and like I don't feel like there's your typical Valorant agents. Like they feel kind of different.
Yeah, there's a lot of like teleport ones or like getting pulled back, and all of that will be very.
Well, that would be very cool.
Yeah.
So. Okay. While we wait for the game to get organized, we will be right back.
Okay, we are already back because they got their stuff figured out. So we're loading in here to Pearl, which is our first one that we picked. It looks like some people are choosing their agents right now. Don't see any two new ones.
No, it looks like Ohio's going for a very standard Pearl. You have Neon, you have the double initiator, sometimes you see a double sentinel. Looks like Central is going to try out Waylay. And you see Bannable on that sentinel pick, like as I said, and we're also going double initiator. And it looks like Astra has made a comeback in the meta. We've also seen Astra make a comeback in practices, so it'll be really interesting to see how she can kind of manipulate the map and kind of get in the heads of the other team.
Yeah, and with that new Waylay agent, we are gonna see some of that light power, like light ability that she uses, where she can get thrown back, and that'll be very useful here. To get some information.
I feel like players that are really good on Jet and Neon, Waylay probably comes to them as like a second nature. So I don't think Rob will have too much of a problem adjusting if they're not super comfortable, since, like I said, it is a new agent.
Yeah, but it has become pretty in the meta now, so it will be nice to see it here.
It looks like CMU's defense is going to be playing retake on B. Looks like they're mostly stacked towards A, and Bannable's just kind of responsible for the B site and mid.
Yeah, holding a lot of ground there. And this pistol round is going to be really important to start getting the lead on things here for Central. So really hoping that we can win this one.
Yeah, I am really worried about the lack of info Central might get, but Cog does get a pick. Playing really aggressive here.
Yeah, and we do see that Waylay ability where they're able to quickly get out of those situations.
Looks like they're going to go for the B site, which is completely empty. Looks like CMU's going to back off and play retake. Ohio's not quite sure, though.
Yeah, looks like they're trying to play things slow, and they might be retreating out of B, scared that Central's already catching up.
Here we see Central playing together beautifully here. Unfortunately, Bannable picked off. Ohio might go to a different site, but I think they're just trying to make some space and get picks right now due to the numbers disadvantage.
Yeah, I think just with only two of them, they're a little bit scared to make big moves here.
Cog gets one.
Yeah. Oh!
And they finish it off right there. Ohio probably should have peeked that together.
Yeah, definitely. It is amazing to see that Central was able to win that with only one of them dying there, which is really nice.
Exactly, and such a weak defense on B shows you they're really good at not necessarily retaking, but taking back the space. Since Ohio decided not to play it.
Yeah. Interesting decision from Ohio, but getting out of B, scared that Central's already catching up. Scared to make big moves. It's interesting to see, and we're gonna get to see more from Ohio.
And they finish it off right there. Ohio probably should have peeked that together.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, now going into this next round, we do have the economy advantage, so hoping that we win this one as well.
Oh, but it looks like BeefStroganoff did not really buy. Yeah. Questionable to give up the advantage. They're going to get by.
Yeah.
They're going to have to back up.
Yeah.
And it's just a bloodbath.
Everybody's dying. It's now a 2v1, Central in the lead by numbers just a little bit.
Yeah,
it could be anybody's game.
Looks like Bimmel will have to clean up. But Central made a mess of.
Yeah. Definitely a bloodbath there. So many people getting flashed with utility. So yeah, it's now just going to be really interesting to see what Ohio will do with only one person left.
I'm really hoping Central here sticks together and decides not to split up, which you see they're kind of doing here. But do they expect him to come back?
Yeah. They definitely need to play it slow here. I think that's really important.
And they do know where he is. Pickup takes one. He has to reload.
Having a 1v1, and Ohio's just running away.
Ohio is low, so he's going to have to plant for himself. Try and get an off angle here.
Like he will be able to successfully get that plant.
Not necessarily a weapons advantage here, depending on how he uses it.
Yeah, really there's only a health advantage that Bimmel has.
Oh, somehow He takes it.
Yeah, Hiccup having really good aim there. And being able to outmatch Central there.
Yeah, that's the problem with buy rounds is, Bimmel didn't go into that round having a, a gun, really, but after he won the fight, he was able to take the 1v1s that Central gave him.
Do you mean Hiccup?
Yeah, sorry.
You're okay. Yeah, and yeah, definitely that is the thing. Like, you can buy the good guns, but the other team can also pick them up. So, um, yeah, now going into this 1v1, definitely a little sad to see Central winning right now.
Looks like they're trying to be aggressive here, and they're immediately shut down by KO.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of gives Ohio a really good idea of where to head.
Yeah, it looks like they're definitely going to circle more towards mid here.
Bimmel able to get a pick there off the mid.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully to push them into their stacked site. They do have the worst thing. Stroganoff able to get one.
Yeah, it seems like often we are able to get first blood here and able to get some picks before Ohio starts to get a comeback, which is nice to see. We just need to commit to it and really pick them off before they can pick off us.
Yeah, unfortunately, Bannable decided to rotate off of B, so that site is free for the taking, but hopefully that makes for a stronger retake.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it looks like Ohio's just trying to quickly rush into site. And yeah, Central just kind of taking their time.
Sticking together, and they're able to give Cloud a gun upgrade.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of waiting, checking all of their corners. They can't afford to lose any numbers. It looks like Ohio's doing the exact same thing.
Yeah. Looks like all of them are just slowly moving around the map. I am kind of surprised that Ohio's taking so long to play.
Exactly. They just want to double check, and Central's doing the same thing, but Central has an idea now, so time is ticking. They're going to have to, most likely, they're going to have to peek first into Ohio's better guns, and that gives them a disadvantage.
Luckily, we do have that numbers advantage, though. But yeah, it's definitely going to be a decently hard retake here.
Central just waiting for Ohio to give them anything. And they're not. They have a really good off angle.
Yeah, those angles just picked off Central so quickly here, and unfortunately the numbers advantage has turned.
And BeefStroganoff is taken with barely any time left on the bomb anyway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, unfortunate to see here. Central, yeah, definitely struggling with that retake there, and the angles that Ohio chose were really well done for that. Unfortunately, Central not able to predict those.
Yeah, I like to see that Central is moving a little bit more players towards the B site after that failed retake.
Mm-hmm.
But it could have possibly been to the weapons disadvantage. We don't really know.
Yeah, definitely could be.
Looks like they're going to go for this aggressive play again. Ohio's not going to give them any information.
And it looks like they're just going to try to push towards B here.
Looks like Bannable has some info. Looks like Central's rotating to B.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it looks like Ohio's really sticking together here and all pushing into B as one. Bannable stuck with, can't do as much with the rest of his team here.
They're just going to take site, and Central's going to be forced into a retake, however, with a waylay. So, we'll see what they do with that.
Yeah. And it looks like Ohio kind of backing off of the site here a little bit.
And Waylay's just so good at entering there. She uses her ult. And they're going to just go fast-paced right in.
Yep.
They need to be peeking more angles together here, but they have the momentum.
Yeah. Unfortunately, they might not have the numbers as Central's slowly getting picked off here.
Unfortunately, that flash from Ohio was just great, and Central wasn't really planning for the post plant there from Belong.
Yeah, I don't think they expected that Ohio jumped off the site that much. They're expecting to go in guns blazing. We're a little bit confused by that.
Yeah, because you could tell from the waylay entering, they expected players to be heaven, so she kind of, in a sense, wasted her skill there. That could have been advantageous in a different fight, but unfortunately, no value out of that waylay ult.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely unfortunate to see some utility wasted here. Hoping that Central can win this next round because we are starting to let Ohio get a little bit ahead on the scoreboard.
Ohio does have two massive ults on the board. Most likely going to be the best for attacking with KO or post-plant with Astra.
And it looks like here Ohio are now going to try to push more towards A site, but Central kind of predicting it here.
They've always done this stacked aggressive play during A, yet Ohio is deciding to walk right into it. Bimmel getting one, then falling. Pretty good for a sheriff.
Yeah, definitely some trades happening here. Central with the slight numbers advantage, but able to slowly be picking them off. But it looks like Ohio will be able to.
Looks like they're going to use an alt here, which is what I was expecting because they really need to hold this plant down.
Yeah, especially since Central Michigan has one more player than them. They want to make sure that they can keep the site as long as possible.
Kind of put Central at like a standstill, but now they know they're all playing main, but they catch Hound off guard. Bannable coming with almost no health at all, one tap.
And Beef able to pick off that last player, meaning that we will be able to get this round.
And we will be able to hopefully afford better guns. We have 3 ults on the board, so it's looking a little better for us on defense.
Yeah, definitely. And definitely bringing the scoreboard a little bit closer. Only one more game away from tying here. And yes, definitely getting better weapons, so hopefully some more even ground.
Central going for their usual setup. Not doing the aggressive play they usually do on A. Looks like they're switching up a few players here and there.
Yeah, kind of looking like they're hugging mid a little bit more. So Ohio ready to go storm into A yet again.
Central still moving around. Looks like they're a little unsure about their positioning in the beginning.
Yeah, it definitely seems that way. But Ohio seems to be really sticking together here, so hopefully Central can hold their angles well enough.
Right here, BeefStroganoff gets one.
Well suppressed, which is impressive.
Pickup tried to pre-aim there, and that was his downfall.
And it's just a bloodbath. Cloud and BeefStroganoff able to pick off all those players, leaving just one left.
We have spiked down, so there's not much Ohio can do here. It may be in their best interest to save, but they do have a lot of money.
And also, there's a lot of time on the clock. Central might want to go hunt them down.
BeefStroganoff's going to take first contact here.
Oh, and unfortunately, loses that.
Bannable takes it, cleans up what wasn't done.
Yeah, good round to see there from Central Michigan. Able to really handle that well and know where what Ohio was. So
they're going to just go fast paced.
Hold their angles well enough.
Right, going over some really good team there. That was his downfall.
And it's just a bloodbath,
making the rounds less crazy.
Yeah, and it is nice to see more of that teamwork here. Checking corners together, making sure you're not stacking up. I mean, that's what really got Ohio there, was all of them stacking up against each other. So Central was able to pick them off one by one there. Yeah, I can't see why they are calling a timeout here.
Yeah, and especially Central's biggest downfall, honestly, was not playing together, not like changing their strategies after it wasn't working.
Yeah, definitely. And
yeah. So hopefully they keep doing that. I would like to see more agents mixed around. I understand that they have Bannable on B-Long because of his ult, because of Chambers' util, using the op, but it could do them some good, and it looks like they have. Moved Bannable across the map.
Yeah, because that change-up is going to really catch Ohio off guard.
Especially because they always expected that aggressive play A. They have the more defensive A play here. Maybe they'll walk straight into Bannable.
Looks like they're going to be pressing a little bit more towards B here. It does seem like they are kind of still stacking up again, but a little bit more spread out than they were last time.
Yeah, it looks like they always kind of have... Ohio always has that KJ lurk to try and get info from A, but A is not giving them any info right now. now, and they're kind of at a loss.
Yeah, it looks like they're kind of regrouping and seeing if which side they actually want to go towards.
Trying to get any info at all, and CMU is just giving them nothing.
Yeah. Definitely keeping Ohio in the dark here. Keeping them questioning a little bit more in that paranoia.
Looks like Ohio is able to get one, playing in that sneaky angle.
Yeah, but it also looks like Central's holding a lot of those lines here, so Ohio's kind of scared to peek out.
Ohio's kind of inching back towards B. They do know that Central has B as a weak site and usually retake. And maybe they feel, oh, actually, they're going to use a fade ult.
Yeah.
To try and push onto the site. Stroganoff still gets one.
Yeah, definitely really good use of that ultimate. Just having to clear everybody off the site, forcing Central into a retake.
I would like to see a counter ult from Stroganoff to get onto site. That would really help them here. They don't have any information on positionings or anything.
Yeah. Yeah, and definitely like Ohio holding some of these strong angles. I feel like Central's gonna get a little bit caught off guard here, like what just happened to BeefStroganoff.
Bimmel doesn't really know where to look.
Even Bannable is struggling to know which angle Ohio's at, so they all are kind of stuck here.
I wonder if Central will try and stack more towards B now.
Yeah, I think they definitely do need to do that because Ohio just found their weakness here a little bit.
And Ohio's feeling so confident, they just popped a neon ult just to take down our chamber.
I think they really did want to take down that really expensive gun there to put Central at a little bit more of a disadvantage.
Looks like Central isn't really going to do much about their weak retake here, and they're just going to put Bannable back on the site.
Interesting, but also seems like it might pay off because Ohio is looking to go A again.
Nothing with the sprays. Getting that orb there, very risky.
Yeah, definitely. It was definitely stressing me out quite a bit.
Stroganoff able to get two.
Yeah. Yeah, Cloud getting hit with all that util there, just trying to get out after he was getting the orb.
These fights happen within a second. And now it's quiet again.
Yeah, it looks like Ohio is looking to maybe go somewhere else. They do have the time for it. But yeah, with them being down to 3 players, they have to definitely play more conservatively here.
They have really no info except there are people B. And they're deciding
to go back to A, it looks like.
Looks like Hound is ready. Yeah. They have all the information they need. Bannable's going to rotate to the site. KO knife. And now they have so much information of who's where.
Yeah.
Nasty shots from Cloud.
Oh, able to pick off everybody. That was amazing to see that teamwork there. Working together to get all those picks.
They just shut that down. Like I said, these fights are basically instant.
Yeah, as a commentator, it is so interesting to see just everything happen at once here. All these players need to be able to hit their shots all at once, and you have to see really good communication for that to all happen.
It's going to be a little bit harder for Central here if they decide to retake, because Ohio does have that KJ shutdown.
Yeah, with it being 4-4, it still really is anybody's game here. So I hope that Central is really still trying to win these fights and get ahead. Scoreboard. Looks like Ohio's playing more spread out right now.
Everybody's just kind of in an info drought.
Yeah, Central really hugging A here.
And I wonder if they're hugging A because it's their weaker site, or if they really think Ohio kind of leans towards A, even though we've always seen them lean towards B.
Yeah, I don't quite know. Looks like Ohio trying to make their way up the mid, but Hound's there to help. Never mind, they got it.
Hound gets 3 pieces of information there. Really good! Bimmel's taking advantage of that.
Yeah, unfortunately, it is now a 2v2, so still anybody's game here. All these games have been very close. These teams definitely are very close in general.
Both fade ults on the board. Looks like they're trying to spray. Don't get Stroganoff.
Yeah.
They're going to. Oh, they don't shut him down here.
Wow.
It's a 1v1. Bannable has all the information in the world.
And he's really low. Oh, they're using the ult there. Using some util.
Trying to get the bomb down and leave.
Yeah, both of them quite low HP. Bannable able to get that. That was good. Good shots fired.
Very good positioning there. Ohio really did think they moved, but
yeah. Bannable able to get those good angles there to win that round. And that puts us in the lead, 5-4 right now. So I'm hoping that we can hold that lead and win this next one.
We do have 3 ults on the board, so I would like to see them be used.
Yeah, both of them quite low HP. Bannable able to get that. I think, yeah, with all this utility we have, we definitely should be able to get that.
Exactly, and the KO ult will be so strong for retake, and we've been kind of holding on to the fade ult for a while, and I'm not quite sure why.
Yeah, it is definitely interesting seeing them sit saved for this long. Looks like Ohio's just rushing into B here. And not that many Central Michigan players are on B, so definitely going to probably be a B retake.
But they do have ultimates for that retake now, so perhaps it'll go a little bit better than it has in the past. It looks like Ohio kind of has a weapons disadvantage.
Yeah, and now Central's flooding in and kind of surrounding multiple sides of B, so it'll be interesting to see how Ohio will protect the site.
Looks like Stroganoff thinking about using that ult, waiting for the lockdown to be done, and they're going to get so much information from this. We're double ulting, and we lose 2. We lose 3.
That's awful here. And we are just picked off.
And they clean up with an eco round.
Wow. That is really unfortunate to see here. Using that util just to have it not pay off. It's really unfortunate. And that does tie us back up as well, so we lose that advantage of the scoreboard. So, yeah, a little bit sad to see.
Didn't quite get the perspective of the CMU players, but if I had to guess, it was probably playing those close encounters since they had the weapons disadvantage that Ohio kind of took the duel there.
Yeah, and it definitely seems like Central just wasn't really ready to storm into their fight yet. A lot happened at once.
Looks like Ohio has actual guns now, and they're going down B again, and Central is only left 1 person to defend.
Yeah, and now is all of a sudden a 4v4 here. Central having to do that retake again, and as we saw from last time, I don't know if they're going to be able to do it here.
It's in their best interest to pop that KO ult and hopefully regroup, and they should be able to tell where Ohio is.
Yeah.
And they just get picked down.
Yeah. BeefStroganoff trying to see if he can make the numbers advantage more even, but just like that, Ohio wins another round.
Ohio's going to have more ults on the board soon, so Central is really going to have to do something about it before they snowball. 1 person to defend.
And unfortunately, yeah, it seems like we are really struggling with this whole B thing. But it looks like Ohio's going A again, so
yeah. It looks like our stubbornness is paying off because Ohio has switched to A, which in theory we should be ready for.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we have been able to handle these A fights a lot better than the B ones. But interesting that Ohio is choosing to go A. Looks like Ohio's going in with their full group, really grouped up again like they normally do.
Very coordinated right there, breaking that KO knife. Only a preview of what's to come, hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully not.
Able to get those shots. Unfortunately, Bimmel and Hound getting kicked off. A 3v3 now.
That's where it was. Like, Hound looking to wallbang this.
Yeah. Unfortunately not quite hitting there. Unfortunately. So close.
Now that Astra ult making it very risky for Central to peek out of that. They have to make a judgment call here whether to wait for it.
Yeah, and they only have so much time here, so it's gonna be quite hard. But luckily, we do have the slight number advantage.
It looks like they're trying to wait it out. They know where one person is. They're just faced with all of the post-plant util.
Yeah. So much utility getting hit at both teams at once. Beef able to get that pick.
They have one left and they have no idea where he is. Stroganoff knows, but now he has no time.
Yeah. Unfortunately not able to defuse in time.
Looks like Ohio really has Central's defenses figured out.
Yeah.
Hopefully not.
We are getting close to the half here. So that will
have to make a judgment
up.
call.
And
So much
with the
utility
score
getting
being
hit at
this
both
close,
teams at
if
once.
we do switch up, able to get that pick with the
they
half, it will be really interesting to see if we will do better on attacks.
Yeah, hopefully we do. I wouldn't necessarily say our comp is attacker or defensive side, but I hope we've learned from our mistakes and we really try and go for picks and we look for info here and there because the absence of info is a very strong tool in this game.
Yeah, definitely. And we've seen it from both sides. Ohio struggling to do anything when they have no info, and same with CMU. So, yeah, we definitely need to see Central Michigan know where to adjust in the half. But hopefully going into this, we can score more even.
Like, unfortunately, Central is caught off guard by the aggressive play that they've been doing when they were on defense.
Looks like they're regrouping, circling back around.
Looks like now they're just waiting for any sort of pick or information.
Yeah, slowly them inching out. Playing it slow. They have the time to do so.
They need to do all of these things together so it doesn't evolve into a more dire situation. Able to get out of that stun.
Looks like they're slow. They're kind of spread out a little bit. Just a little bit scary to see. But also,
Ohio
spread
is
out.
also spread out.
So
They
it
don't
might come
really
down.
know where to go either.
Yeah. Might come down to these 1v1s.
The clock is ticking. We have almost 35 seconds on the clock. Someone needs to make the first move.
Looks like CMU about to push to A.
30 seconds left.
CMU has some info about one player. They really need to get the bomb down. Stroganoff going for it.
Yeah. And just hoping that they can hold while they plant.
And they're just going to be swarmed.
Yeah. Central just getting hit on all sides, unfortunately.
Bimmel able to get two.
Yeah.
Get three.
Get 3. Wow. Now all of a sudden it's a 1v1. Will Bannable be able to win
And
this?
he can.
Wow.
So hopefully that sends a good precedent for the rest of the game.
Yeah,
For the rest of the rounds.
Yeah, it is really interesting to see when it does come down to those 1v1s. Usually Bannable is there, and he has been able to get
two.
now all of a sudden it's a
Bannable
1v1.
and
Will
Bimmel
Bannable be
there.
able to win
And
this?
he can.
Wow.
So hopefully that sends a good.
Yeah. Able to bring it back, which was really amazing to see. And winning that pistol round means that we do have the better economy in this round.
I think Central's gonna leave the bomb in spawn. Just kind of get some information and probably take it and then go to the site that they think is weaker.
Looks like Ohio's trying to be really aggressive and just push.
But they are pushing into better weapons. And you see right there being on display.
Yeah, it looks like they're just holding mid, not really protecting the sites. They only got one person on A. And it looks like Central made the call to go B.
Going B is a really good idea here with the long range advantage. They could set up for post plant, and there's not much Ohio could do.
Yeah, definitely. I think it is the better call. And it looks like they are able to make it successfully on site, and they seem to know where some of the Ohio players are.
We're seeing a lot of more informed decisions. Hopefully, I'm not able to get one, but Hound able to clean it up.
Yeah, definitely seeing some good trades going on here.
Taking these angles together, and they're just able to clean it up.
Very pretty to see there from BeefStroganoff, able to get those shots. And that's what our team really needs, is to be able to win those shots, be able to out-aim the other team. And all of a sudden we are tied up again, 7-7. This whole thing has been very close.
Hopefully Central Michigan has kind of found their strategy here. We kind of see them work on the map, try and figure out what Ohio's up to. Ohio hasn't adapted that much. Their defense is practically the same. So if Central Michigan can capitalize off of that, we may see more rounds going to them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it looks like Central's trying to go up through the middle this time, which might work for them because Ohio's spread out.
Just lots of util being exchanged here. No one really wants to peek first.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it looks like Central's just trying to push, but getting a little scared here and might retreat out a little bit.
Big Cloud just still looking for anything here. Not getting it.
Yeah, I think Central's really trying to go for first blood here, but nothing has happened yet.
Now we're in another situation where the clock is ticking and someone has to make the first move.
Mm-hmm. And it seems like Central is now aware of where Ohio is. So it'll be interesting to see if they're able to successfully push on the site.
Gonna have Cloud going for entry here.
Fortunately getting picked off.
Looks like they have a really good crossfire here. Central's almost able to recover.
All of a sudden it's a 1v2. Bimmel suppressed. Not a lot of time on the board.
The more angles that Ohio checks, the more likely they know where Central is.
Yeah. Oof, and unfortunately, not much Central can do there. Yeah, I think Central there just lost the numbers advantage and struggling with too many angles.
Yeah, I would have liked to see them work the map more as they have the past few rounds.
Yeah, I definitely think we needed to see a little bit more of that because it does seem like when they all tried to rush in, they were struggling there because Ohio was ready for them that time.
It looks like Central's going into Ohio's stacked site, so we'll see how that showdown goes and if it's just as fast as it has been.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're just waiting on A, ready for Central. Oh, that is a little scary here.
Bannable backing up. Looks like they're a little hesitant after what happened the first round.
Yeah. Looks like the team's deciding to do a little bit of a split here. Slowly making their way around, just trying to get to A. And Ohio's well aware now, having most of their players near A.
Like Ohio's just playing for information right now.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I hope Bannable's ready for these fights to happen.
Someone made contact.
Unfortunately, picking off.
The Cloud's able to cover that.
All of a sudden, it's a 3v3. But we have made it successfully on site. Question is, will we be able to plant?
Fortunately, it looks like one member of Ohio is scattered from the rest. Could be a favorable 1v1.
Mm-hmm. Central just trying to hide a little bit on back of site. Oh,
and unfortunately, they're ready for it.
Yeah. Yeah, with all the players being suppressed, there's only so much they can do here. Hound having to fight here. Able to get one.
Not able to get the second.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that round goes to Ohio, taking them 2 ahead of us here.
And that gives Ohio two suppressive ults on the board. We do have the same, but it seems like we're a lot more hesitant to use together, and they're just able to clean it
just
up.
Unfortunate to see because when we have finally decided to use these ults in the past, they have not worked out in our Hound having to fight here. Sometimes to get one onto it is always
not able to get the second. It's looking to go towards mid, possibly due to the gun disadvantage which we saw from Ohio not too many rounds ago.
Yeah. It is interesting to see Central in this position, choosing to use pistols. Yeah, it looks like they're just kind of pushing up through mid, trying to take their fights when they can.
Fortunately, Bannable getting picked off. There's just not much they can do.
Yeah. And we'll just not being able to do enough now that his team has been picked off. A quick round for Ohio, leaving us at 7-10.
3 suppressive ults from Ohio is a little bit worrying. So I hope Central kind of works together more. If they know they can't win the 1v1, they shouldn't take it alone.
I definitely want to see them trying to bait Ohio into using these ults now rather than later when we get to match point, because those are going to be so damaging if we get to that point.
Exactly. We have so much utility to kind of misdirect them, put them in a spot where they're unsure of what's going on, but they could pop it all. So it looks like Central's going to pop their Astra one, try and just full blast into sight. Cloud waiting for it.
Yeah, pressing in, trying to get those picks, but unfortunately Central getting picked off so fast there.
It was unfortunate because Cloud entered the same way they did when they went to B site last time, and so Ohio was ready for it.
Yeah, and it looks like Central is here calling a timeout. I think a really good time too, because yeah, that was really unfortunate. It was just a bloodbath, a massacre on our side this last round.
Central has really good potential here. What I would do is probably go to A site and I would pop that fade ult. I would just pop that fade ult and see what happens, because at this point they're at a disadvantage. They're at a numbers disadvantage. They give them one more round, it's almost over.
Yeah, we are so close to match point here that Central really needs to change something, anything up to try to keep the score more even here.
I think maybe they could have a few players here and there try and bait out it all. Like split up, go towards B, have Ohio freak out, pop it all, and then they regroup and go somewhere else, or decide to go back there when the ult is over. They really just need to get these ults off the board, because even if they get the bomb down, it's going to be impossible to keep it there.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Ohio having 4 of their ults, it's going to be quite hard for Central to do stuff here. Looks like we're getting ready after that timeout. Hopefully Central having some newly restored confidence here.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to go for hopefully an aggressive A push and catch Ohio off guard.
It looks like they're trying to really play together here, trying to stick close to their teammates.
They got really shut down by Ohio there. It's just their way of playing defense is just so oppressive. It kind of shades up Central's confidence. But hopefully we can bring it back and, like I said, use that fatal. We have nothing to lose.
Now we have the Waylay ult as well, so we might as well start doing it because it's going to be match point soon if we don't do anything here.
Bannable kind of on the lurk here, but Ohio's just playing for information.
Yeah, it looks like right now both kind of hunting for first blood, not really wanting to do anything too rash.
Looks like Central's going to be ready to pop that ult. Unfortunately, doesn't really get anyone, and they don't get much info off of it. The Cloud's able to get one, and they're entering the site.
Unfortunately, getting picked one by one here. Leaving just one player for Central left.
He's able to get one. We have seen some insane precision gunplay from Bimmel.
Yeah, Bimmel usually able to win these gun battles, able to outgun the teammates. But he only has 12 seconds to plant, leaving not a lot of time at all to do anything.
Fortunately, just kind of forced to save. Trying to get a player off guard. Unfortunately, is taken down.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that does make it match point here. Ohio at 12, Central at 7. They have to, Central has to do anything here to stop Ohio from winning.
The Cloud's still have 2 ults on the board. He's able to get from Ohio, so the best thing here is to, like you said, try and unfortunately is take out, because it will just be impossible.
Yeah, definitely. I think Central needs to realize that or try something else quick, because this will determine stuff.
It looks like they're gonna try and play a little bit more spread out. Hopefully get a little bit more info. and turn Ohio's heads full speed.
Yeah, which is definitely what we need right now. Ohio playing pretty spread out as well, mostly mid.
Ohio able to get a pick here. Not looking great for Central, but hopefully we go for that regroup. Inching towards A, it looks like.
Yeah. It's like Central's making that call. Have we even seen Central? Oh, I guess they have. They have gone B a couple of times. But it seems like Central really not confident going B, which does kind of hinder things a little bit here.
Yeah, unfortunately, every time they've gone B, they've been just completely shut down. Even though Bannable's utility would be greatly used there.
Yeah, looks like they're still kind of fighting their way through mid. Playing it really slow here because of the numbers. Hound at only 16 HP.
Bannable trying to do all that he can, but he's just not expecting them to be in the corners they are.
Wow.
Ohio's making quick work of them.
Alex able to pick them off, leaving just one player left.
They're going to use that ult and they're going to close out the first map. Hopefully that was just a fluke because that was their map.
Yeah, hoping that we can see some better things from Central on the next map because yeah, that was a little bit disappointing to see Central not quite being able to coordinate well on the attacker side there.
But we are going to go in for our map pick, so hopefully we see a lot more confidence. We see a lot more decision making, and hopefully we win our map pick because that would be great. It looks like we are going to go into a break.
Yeah, so we will see you guys at the next map. Please stick around and we'll be back shortly. Scared that Central's already catching up. Scared to make big moves here.
Hound gets one.
Oh,
And they finish it off right there. Ohio probably should have peeked that too. So they're going to just go fastest.
hold their ankles well enough.
Right. He aimed there, and that was his downfall.
And it's just the blood. Yeah, both of them quite low HP. Bannable able to get that. That was good. Good.
One person.
Yeah,
Hopefully not.
able.
They have to make a judgment call.
So much utility getting hit at both teams at once. If able to.
Bimmel able to get
Now
two.
all of a sudden it's a 1v1. Will Bannable be able to win
And
this?
he can!
Wow.
So, keeping these angles together, and they're just able to clean it up. It's like they have a really good crossfire here.
Unfortunately, Hound having to fight here. Able to get one.
Not able to. Doesn't really get anyone, and they don't get much info off of it. The crowd
The left.
is able to get one. Trying to get a player off guard. Unfortunately, his take. They have to make a judgment call.
So much utility getting. We are back. Thank you for sticking around if you're still watching. And we are now moving on to our second map, Road.
So, Road is our map pick, and hopefully we'll have a little bit more confidence going in since our map pick, we feel a little bit more comfortable on it. We're going to probably do the best on defense, so we're probably going to see that chamber pick again from Bannable, and hopefully we won't be shut down as much by Ohio knowing that we are comfortable on this map. And since it is a new map, hopefully Ohio won't be as comfortable or, have as much experience.
Yeah. And I think definitely this being our map pick, us being comfortable on this map, we'll see a little bit of that confidence coming back in our team because it did seem like they were getting a little bit hesitant there on the last map.
So we're gonna see 2 agent switches here. We're going to see Bannable back on the Omen that we all know and love, and we're also going to see a little bit of Vise. So we kind of switched Bannable's role on Sentinel to something else.
Yeah. It is really nice to see some new agents in here. Seeing some that we haven't seen last round because it is always nice to see that different util being used here by the teams.
Yeah, Corrode is such a new map. It's kind of up in the air whether it's attack or defense sided, so it'll totally just be up the 2 teams here.
Yeah, and I'm really interested to know how much Ohio has been playing on this map and if they're confident in it at all, because it will definitely determine the game here.
Central is starting on defense, which they do believe to be better at. Trying to shoot that clone just in case.
Yeah.
Both teams are still just kind of feeling it out. Not much happening, just exchanging util, looking for that information.
Yeah. And with this map being so, having these long channels through it, definitely is a lot to check sometimes.
Exactly, and it'll be super interesting to see the dynamic for save rounds and close range guns.
And we'll try to get that waylay, but able to get out of there before.
His life is way more important there. Central regrouping here. There is one member really low. Bimmel taking first blood.
Yeah. And wow, it is just a bloodbath here already at 2v3 on this pistol round.
BeefStroganoff really looking for some anything here, really, to try and help him and Bannable. Get some info, but Bannable can't really help from that angle.
Yeah. Unfortunately, not really able to do much there. Losing that pistol round, which means we are now going into this next round with an economic disadvantage.
We're going to see that interesting gameplay with the short-range guns. On this map, it doesn't really feel like they can do much here. It looks like Ohio really has just a better advantage for all of these duels, so Central should be really careful about the ones that they are taking.
Yeah, definitely with the gun disadvantage. I am really going to be interested more in seeing the third round that we're going to see here, since Central really struggle here, but once they have more of an economic equal, we will probably get to see more of what Central is up to. And right now, it looks like Ohio is just running into B-site, and Central is not fully able to predict that.
We're able to get a trade there, hopefully get a better gun, but we do have a player low, and
might get pinched here. Yep, unfortunately does. Leaving it at 3v4, which is still winnable, but Bannable really low.
We're just seeing the drawbacks of this gun loadout, and there's just not much they can do.
Yeah, unfortunately trying to get these angles here is going to be quite challenging, and retake will be definitely interesting to see. Now Waylay and Omen really low.
And they're just out of time.
Yeah, unfortunately not much they can do.
Ohio is just going to clean up what they can and leave.
Yeah, unfortunately just leaving nothing for Central to do there. But now we do have better economy, so we should hopefully be able to make some progress here. I'd really love to see that to make the scoreboard more even because we really need that.
Yes, I'd love to see Central be more confident and kind of just go in there aggressively because Ohio would not expect it with the way that they've been playing. To be aggressive on defense is kind of a strategy that they should have been using more on Pearl, in my opinion.
Yeah, and looks like Ohio's just going to quickly be pressing more towards the east side. But they are quite spread out here, same with Central.
Central has a lot of information here, so hopefully they don't try and overextend or do anything. They let Ohio make the first move, the first mistake.
Yeah, it looks like Central's just trying to hold their ground. Not Bannable finding where these players are, but not able to pick them off.
Unfortunately, you would think that Central would be a little bit more equipped to take these duels.
Yeah, unfortunately, just really losing these gun battles. We're getting out aimed. Yeah.
Dropping spike.
Yeah, and it seems like Ohio just taking their sweet time since they can, since Central can only do so much here right now.
Fortunately, we are working together, so we may be able to take down a few guns with us.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to slowly be pushing here, but... Oh, and we are able to win that one fight. Now Ohio does know where we are.
We're just going to see a bunch of utility dumped out.
Unfortunately, Hound and Bimmel getting picked off there. Not much they can do.
Exactly, they peeked into 4 people and there's just not a fathomable strategy there.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we did not win that round. Oh, we do see a timeout getting started here by CMU, which is really good to see because we definitely need this if we're not winning these rounds.
Yeah, I hopefully they can kind of pep talk themselves into realizing this is their map pick and this is the side that they feel the most comfortable on. So we really need them to show it in their gameplay, in their gunplay, in their decisions.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, we need to get some of that confidence back that Central has been having sometimes, but not always. It seems like sometimes they're hesitant to do stuff, and it seems like that has been affecting some of their plays. So, hopefully we can see things getting sorted out here with this timeout. It also does give Ohio a chance to also rethink some things and some new strategies. So, we don't really know what to expect after this.
Not really any ults on the board, so it is just kind of up who sees who first. And I wish Central would let Ohio make the first move more. I wish we kind of just sat back with another teammate, just kind of waited for it, because at the end of the day, Ohio has to get to the site, and Central doesn't.
Bring them down.
Looks like Central's playing pretty spread out here, and Beef already picked off.
I'm only able to get one, but I wish someone was with Stroganoff there in hopes of maybe getting a trade.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we are getting picked off yet again, one by one, losing these gunfights.
We did see Central find success in peeking together.
Yeah, now unfortunately Ohio has regrouped enough that it's gonna be a struggle for CMU to win.
Crowd trying to go for a risky play there. Didn't really get anything from it.
Yeah, it looks like he did get some information, but information can only do so much when you're outnumbered this much. You have to still play.
Kimmel trying to go for an off angle here, but actually gonna do something at some point.
Yeah, definitely. And with Bimmel not even having full health, there's really not a lot he can do.
Ohio's not really falling into Bimmel's trap.
Yeah, it looks like they're almost trying to set one of their own. Oh!
There is one. Ohio gets some information where Bimmel is, but there's no time on the bomb.
Yeah. It is really good to see Bimmel having that good gun work though here. But yeah, unfortunate that he was the only one left to do anything. Seems like Ohio just being able to get that first blood over and over again here. Being able to pick us off before he can really come up with a strategy. Which is really unfortunate to see.
And we see right
Almost
here,
trying to set one of their
speaking
own.
together did work out for Central. I would love to see
some information
more of that because there's proof right there that it worked. There's no time on the
Yeah,
bomb.
definitely. But yeah, it seems like Central's kind of left scrambling here. Trying to figure out something, anything. Because again, Central thought that they were gonna be stronger on defense, and so far it's 0-4. So Central needing to figure out a new plan.
And both Duelist and Ohio do have their ults up. And at this point, I'm not even really sure if they need them.
Yeah, I would not be surprised if they hold on to them a little bit longer, waiting until they start finally losing these battles.
I'm seeing a lot more patience and discipline from Central here, not losing anyone first pick.
Yeah, definitely. Everybody's playing quite a bit slower here. Just holding their lines. Trying to see who can get first blood.
Looks like they are going to go for A site. Not sure how well equipped we are for this. There's a lot of things going on. Lots of util being traded.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Ohio very grouped together. So struggling. Oh! Cloud able to get some picks before he's picked off himself, making it a 3-3.
Really good hold on the choke there.
Some big util being used here. Looks like CMU just finding a way to get the numbers more in their favor. Ooh, able to get that pick through the flash. Really cool to see.
It comes down to a 1v2. One is low. They're going to play together here.
One enemy remaining.
But does Bimmel know where he is?
Oh, Bimmel, turn around. Turn around, Bimmel. Oh, no. Oh, this is a really intense battle.
He's going to be out of time soon.
Yeah. Really unfortunate to see Central finally trying something new. Just not quite getting there. Ohio very seeing them working together, struggling, being able to hit these angles. Ohio being so close together is really a thing that CMU seems to be struggling with.
On the bright side, Central did perform really well there.
Mm-hmm.
We just saw Ohio use 3 ults to secure that win, though.
Yeah.
So that kind of gives CMU a little bit of an advantage there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely can see some future hope for them winning a future round because, yeah, they just got hit with so much util, and they still were able to almost pull off the win.
And I feel like if they perform like that again, they will most likely win the round since Ohio won't have 3 ults in their pocket.
Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, it's a 3v4 here. Still definitely winnable for Central, but the lack of teammates is going to make this a little bit harder to be on proper defense.
I'd like to see some regrouping here. Looks like Ohio is in our spawn.
Yeah, and it looks like one of our players is unfortunately pinched between many players. But oh, Bimmel is able to free himself a bit here. Oof.
Kimmel taken down. There's just so many angles here on this map that are hard to keep track of.
Yeah, I think Central, which I don't blame them, is really struggling to check every last angle because there is just so many little hidey holes that if you miss the wrong one, you're taken out. And you don't always have the time to check every single one here.
They should be taking advantage of that because it can be used both ways.
Unfortunately, Bannable just walking into another player. Now leaving it a 6-0. Unfortunately, Central just not quite able to get there, which is really unfortunate to see because I feel like we have been executing decently well, but Ohio just has been a little bit better every time.
Looks like we're gonna place Bannable on A site since he has his ultimate to get to B if necessary. Probably gonna go for the retake. They're really stacked towards B, which is great because that looks like where Ohio was kind of looking to go, but after the aggression, looks like they're backing up.
Mm-hmm. It looks like they're definitely going to go towards A site, leaving Central to probably have to do retake on A, which will be very interesting to see.
And you see Ohio just avoiding this contact. They don't want to be the first person to make that mistake.
Definitely.
Spike planted.
And it looks like Central getting ready for that retake. Looks like they're playing it quite slow though, which has not been good in the past, since they usually end up running out of time if they don't push retake.
Looks like Ohio is getting antsy though. Hopefully they can get some value off of it. They're not looking for something. Bannable getting 2 there. Bimmel cleaning up. They need to defuse now.
Yeah.
Faster.
And it looks like
Last player standing.
Oh, and it looks like
well, it's gonna be so close
I
here.
know.
Ah!
And they're not able to get it.
Oh my
Bannable doing all he could there.
Yeah, trying to
block
be
it.
the meat shield, but that was really unfortunate to see. Central doing pretty much everything right, but just a tiny bit too slow on the retake. Literally coming down to less than a second to defuse. Yeah, that was really unfortunate. But it seems like both teams have really good economies here. We're gonna see a pretty even match with gun-wise. Yeah, that was so unfortunate. We were very close to taking that round.
And hopefully with maybe the assistance of 1-0, we will be able to take a round. If we keep playing the way we have been, because it has been improving.
Yeah, CMU trying new tactics, and it has been working very well.
Thorns activated. Rip and tear. Thorns are live.
Looks like Central just spread out quite a bit, and Ohio doing their normal strat of staying really close together. Gonna push on the site all together.
Here.
Looks like Central is a little bit more prepared for it.
Yeah, all of this util coming out, making it hard for Central.
We had an ult down there.
Yeah.
Spike planted.
Now all of a sudden there's only 2 of us and 3 of them.
Out in Bannable, kind of looking to pinch them here.
Yeah.
Last player standing.
Oof. And unfortunately, Waylay not checking their angles there. Without getting picked off.
Bannable able to win that one, but he has 2 more to win.
Yeah, and unfortunately he's just running out of time.
They have so much utility for post play.
Oh,
He's forced to peek and do a 2v1.
yeah. Again, it's just Central getting those. Ohio being able to get Central's numbers low before they can do anything. And we see that if they do have high enough numbers, they are able to get really close to taking over these retakes. But they just keep getting shut down time and time again, which is really unfortunate to see. I do hope that we can see some more alt util here, because I think that might be the only way we can win these rounds. I mean, it's 0-8 right now, so we need to do something. We need to try to use more util to keep those sites.
Looks like we are kind of on a stage here. And we're just walking right into their spray.
Yeah. Yeah, Cloud unfortunately has not been hitting the right angles here, which has been really unfortunate to see, because Waylay can be really good and really impressive at some points, but we just haven't quite seen that from Cloud.
We have 2 players left, and it's not looking great. They really need to get a gun before they can do anything.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and having 1 player left, and with them having all 5, it's gonna be really hard to make a difference here.
At this point, Bimmel's goal is kind of to just take down as many guns as he can. Or it looks like he's going to back up entirely.
Yeah. Interesting. I do wish that Bimmel was at least able to pick up some better guns here.
My ult's ready.
But I think they're kind of stuck. Yeah, looks like they're just gonna kind of hide in the back right now. They might loop over but Bimmel is gonna be stuck having to check every angle, which is takes forever on this map, it seems.
And the time is ticking. I think he's just really going for picks here.
Yeah.
Trying to get more of those ult points.
Oh, able to get one.
Able to get the second.
Yeah.
Trying to get any value out of this lost round.
Yeah, and I think getting those 2 kills is a lot of value that he was able to get. So.
And it is able to get that gun.
Yeah. Is able to get a lot better of gun. So we at least are good going into this next round. But yeah, unfortunately, it's 0-9, so like we're running out of options here. It looks like we are calling another timeout, which I do think is a really good call here because even though we've been changing things up and trying things, and they've been almost so successful, we've not been quite there. And Ohio now has 4 ults online.
It feels like we're kind of at a standstill because every time we try to be aggressive, Ohio completely backs off. And whenever we try to be defensive, Ohio immediately tries to take advantage of that, and they are easily taking the site, and then they group together. So we really need to figure out how to possibly like break that up, kind of break up their cooperation, their communication.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, it's really hard because Central here is trying new things. They're trying to work differently as a team, and we've been seeing them communicate well with each other. But it just seems like Ohio has just been a little bit better on all of these, which is really unfortunate to see. But yeah, we're heading into our next round. Getting close to the half, but also getting kind of close to the match point.
Looks like we are seeing a little bit of separation. Hopefully utilizing more of mid. We're being a little bit aggressive here, and it's working.
Yeah, Hound is pushing in, getting 2 picks right off the bat, knowing where the other ones are. And all of a sudden, Ohio only has 1 player left.
And we're seeing that confidence that they said they have on this map.
Wow, and just like that, flawless. That was beautiful. That took like 4 seconds. That was crazy.
Ohio really didn't expect that. Like I said, they showed confidence. It doesn't matter what their defense or attack. They should just do what Ohio won't expect, because Ohio has been getting these rounds because CMU has been so easy to read.
Yeah, and seeing that play was just beautiful, and we can hear the confidence from the team from the other room. I'm getting really excited over there. And now we finally do have a point on the board.
We kind of had some sort of formula for what worked.
Unfortunately, Ohio able to get first blood here.
Able to take 2 down with him.
Yeah.
Job well done.
And all of a sudden, it's now a 3v3. Both teams here are going to struggle. They are going to have to really try to group together and use their teammates.
BeefStroganoff able to get one. It's just
good shot.
To equal numbers.
Yeah. Fortunately, lots of trades going on here. And yeah, both teams stuck having to check all of their angles.
Low as well.
Yeah. Oh,
and it's another round on the board.
Yeah. Definitely, we are seeing that Central was able to switch things up, able to adapt. And now we only have 1 round before the half.
Are we going to activate the 9-3 curve?
That would be amazing. Yeah, really good shots here. Central able to hit all of them very well, and we love to see that.
Ohio did pick attackers on this map, so I wonder if maybe their defense is a little bit weaker, and with this newfound confidence, Central can really take back those rounds.
Yeah. And it looks like Central just going in yet again, being aggressive. You're seeing a lot of util all at once. It looks like we're just pushing in at them.
We're trading paranoia.
And it looks like we are seeing so much util being used.
Trading fade ults right there.
Yeah. Oh, Bannable able to get these shots out, making it a 5v2.
You can just kind of see they're a lot less reluctant to peek these angles.
One enemy remaining.
Bannable able to get that beautiful pick. Will he be anticipating the other one? Unfortunately not. Pickup being the last one standing on his team. Only so much he can do here. And Central Michigan's on the hunt for him.
He is going to get picked very soon.
Yep. Beautiful shot from Cloud there. And yeah, it is a 3v9 right now. Let's see if Central can make some of this up.
Yeah, attackers should naturally complement this aggressive playstyle that they're adapting. So we should see a little bit more rounds on the board.
Yeah, definitely. And this pistol round is very important. If Ohio wins this, they could win this round and the next one. So we really need to see Central Michigan go full out on this.
Looks like we are seeing them split up a little bit, which is not what we want to see. We want to see that confidence, that explosive playstyle.
Definitely. But yeah, I am wondering if Central will maybe try to slow it down, maybe throw off Ohio here a little bit.
Lots of utility just being traded.
Yeah, looks like a lot of them just trying to find each other so they can win these gun battles.
Not a lot happening, just both teams kind of feeling out the round.
Yeah, it looks like both teams not wanting to fully go out and having to check all those angles, so kind of holding back a little bit. Oof.
Hound able to get one there. Pretty good, but they didn't go in fast enough, and Ohio is adapting to that.
Yeah. It is definitely a little bit scary to see how slow this round is moving, since we have seen that those fast rounds really go in our favor.
We're slowly inching towards A.
Able to get another pick, giving it a 4v3.
And Ohio's just running to A, and we need to run to A as well.
Yeah. Hopefully Bannable able to find these angles here.
We're about to go head to head here on the site.
Yeah. I think I'm trying to be aggressive, which is a little bit scary.
Team Cloud get one, Bannable get another,
And
they clean it up.
Yeah. Wow. Only one of us dying here too, which is really nice to see. And we will have the economy advantage, so we'll hopefully be able to win this next round as well.
We have the upper hand when we play like this, so I hope Central continues to do that. I understand, like, feeling out the round and figuring out Ohio's defenses, but on the other hand, they are also feeling out how CMU plays, so kind of playing unpredictable could have really made that round work as well.
Yeah, and I agree because it seems like Ohio adapts really fast, so I think keeping Ohio on their toes and pushing really fast before they can do anything about it is a really smart move here from Central.
Exactly, and Ohio's composition really isn't geared towards defending against those really aggressive plays.
Yeah, it seems like they have been struggling with that. And yeah, it is interesting to see Central kind of spreading out yet again, but also Ohio fully spread out. So it will be a battle of who will win these gun battles here.
Ohio trying to get some influence, he really misses them.
Unfortunately, getting that good angle on BeefStroganoff there, getting first blood.
Bimmel trying to even it out, but Ohio's not going to give it to them.
Yeah, just so many, so much util here that both Central and Ohio are just having to push through to even see each other.
Hopefully we see that explosion we're hoping for.
Oh.
We do!
We do, yes! And all of a sudden it's a 4v2 here. Central able to successfully plant. Now it is a 4v1.
No, you can just tell Ohio was not expecting that at all.
Yeah, you can definitely sense that Ohio is starting to panic here.
And all Central has to do here is just give him nothing.
Yep. And just like that, Cloud able to clean up that round.
Ohio hasn't got a round in a long time, so I wonder if we're going to call that timeout soon.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised that Ohio hasn't called a timeout yet. Definitely interesting to see. I do think though that Central has been calling really good timeouts. So yeah.
Definitely calling them out when necessary, and I feel like Ohio should do the same because Central's kind of figured them out now.
Yeah, the 9-3 curse might be coming into fruition here. And also, we got to keep a lot of our guns for that last round, so not going into too much of a economy downward spiral.
Ohio doing what they do best, trying to just play for info and then back off. Central's not giving them much though, and they're going to just explode.
Yeah, Cloud running in, getting that information and getting out. And it looks like Central's deciding, should we push here or should we wait? And that has been the question that has been happening quite a few of these last rounds.
Looks like Central is backing up, but I feel like Ohio wouldn't expect them to continue going A.
Yeah, Central very spread out, which is a little bit concerning, but it had worked for them last round.
We're just at another standstill, just trading utility.
Yeah. With 45 seconds on the board, it is starting to get a little bit tight here. Central does need to make a move, but luckily they are playing quite close together.
We're a little bit cramped in mid. Looks like Central's making the call to go to A.
30 seconds left.
Yeah, looks like they're just quickly pushing through. Hopefully they're checking their angles because that does sometimes get some.
We're just trying to clean up here. Okay.
Now a 3v3. Still definitely anybody's game.
Spike planted.
Both teams don't have that much information. And Bimmel has a really good angle here. Yeah. It's easy for the rest of this team to play off.
Unfortunately, I'm just not quite able to hit those shots. Allowing Ohio enough time to do his.
Looks like Ohio probably gonna save that timeout for another day.
Yeah. Unfortunate loss for Central, but it's not match point. They still have 2 rounds until match point if Ohio keeps it this way. So they can definitely do something here to shift things up.
You still saw good fundamentals from Central there because you saw them peaking together. It was just unfortunate that Ohio was able to get both regardless, but they really need to keep doing that as to not give Ohio an advantage that they don't need in the first place.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, unfortunately, just getting a little bit out-aimed by Ohio in that last round at the end, but I definitely think that Central still has this.
I really feel like they should try and set up Bannable and Bimmel for success because they have such great mechanical skill to hit these shots. They're just put in unfortunate circumstances.
Yeah, we definitely are seeing that. And now that we especially have 2 ults online, I think we definitely could do something to set them up.
We are able to do a little bit of damage. Kind of alert Ohio to where we're going. Hopefully we full send right in. We are going to use 2 ults for this. No one is really on site.
Yeah, it looks like Ohio just kind of backing up and waiting for that retake to happen.
You see them being aggressive here, which you do love to see. Central needs to remember the space is theirs.
Yeah. And it is just becoming a bloodbath on both sides. Fortunately, we are losing these rounds more than winning them with these gunfights. Central unfortunately winning this one as well.
Fortunately, Ohio is just kind of able to match the spontaneous and aggressive energy there.
Yeah, it seems like Ohio has been able to adapt to that now, and Central might need to try out something new here. But it is quite hard because they're running out of time. Ohio very close to match point. And looks like we might also be struggling with the economy, so it's going to be interesting to see what we are able to do. Because we really don't want to give up any rounds here to Ohio.
And we really don't want to give up any kills either because Ohio is one off of that fade ult was just so suppressive and great at taking sight and getting information.
Yeah, if that fade ult is there during match point, it could be the end for Central for winning this match.
Looks like Central's kind of betting on either winning this round or setting themselves up for the next round. But that puts the looming 12 score over their heads.
Yeah, it definitely does. But and again, it seems like we're getting slowly outgunned by Ohio here. Unfortunately, we just don't have as good of guns as they do right now. And unfortunately, Stroganoff, the only one left, just trying to do what he can.
Really trying to do what he can here.
That was really funny to watch, that Waylay miss BeefStroganoff that much. But unfortunately, still, now we are on that match point. If Ohio wins this next round, that is game over for Central. But, yeah, it looks like both teams having good economies here. They're a gunfight, but it will really come down to who's using util better.
Additionally, Central Michigan does have that Waylay ult, and if Ohio can't react as fast, that could give them the upper hand. And hopefully we see Central Michigan play like they know what's on the line. We need to see that confidence that we saw when the half switched.
Yes, we definitely need to see that again. Especially now that we are one player short here.
Central's going to play very conservative here. They cannot lose another person. This is match point. They cannot make a single mistake here.
Yeah, and it looks like right now we're just trying to pass util and trying to shoot through some smokes here, seeing if they can get the advantage.
Looks like
Hound
they're
getting
just
hit by
unfortunate circumstances.
Yeah, so much util coming through, just leaving everybody kind of stuck here.
It's just off the cloud, and Ohio blows out the game.
Yeah, unfortunate to see here Central losing these two maps. First game of the season. But we did also see some really good moves from Central in some of these rounds. We can definitely see that if they are able to keep that up, we can see some improvement playing against some other teams here.
We saw really good potential for the start of the season. We saw them really playing together. We saw what could happen if they really grab and harness that confidence. So hopefully we see that when we play on Thursday.
Yes. And please, if you can, tune in on Thursday. Keep watching. Hopefully we can get that victory next time. But yeah, so it will be really interesting to see what the team works on between now and Thursday.
Thank you for tuning in, and I hope we see you again soon. Have a good night.
Goodbye.